Let me see. Campaigns. So let's see. We're on day 9. Oh shit, look at that, chat. We had some people make it to tier 3 sub. Reinforcements in 6 days. We had BLM, Crappy, Arrakis, and Capsty all make it to tier 3 sub. That's rank 6. And we also made it to level 12. So we got 2 more points to spend. Honestly, I said I was going to put some into obscured targets. Let's do it. Alright, so we got 1 day left on this. I think this is going to be a little bit of a rough one. 30 to 40 well organized. This is another small one. This is actually very similar to the one that we did recently. This is a hostage rescue, though. Eliminate all terrorists, and hostages must survive. So I'm debating, do we try to go stealthy is the question. Because again, we don't have a whole lot of stealthy options. There's really only like 1 or 2 weapons that you guys can use that actually have suppressors. And again, that is intentional. I didn't want to... Like, suppressors are kind of overpowered in this game. And so, like, I didn't want us to have access to a bunch of suppressors like you do in the base game. But I still think in a hostage rescue, suppressors are really good because it keeps the alarm from being raised until you're actually ready. We've also still got this one, the big one, twerking shield. I was going to call it Turking shield. Go for stealth, use trench shovel, if only. Melee is not a thing. Melee is not really a thing in this game. Technically, there is melee, but... not really. Like, you can give him the butt stroke with the rifle, but that's pretty much it. Let me see. I mean, maybe we do it anyway, and if we just plan carefully... Okay, never mind. I'm sorry, Fluffy. I'm sorry. I forget not everybody is in tune with the same mental wavelength as I am. So when I'm talking about butt stroke, I'm not talking about sexual harassment. I'm talking about hitting somebody with the butt of your rifle. I apologize for the confusion. Wasteland says, a lot of spec ops have gone away from using suppressors since the concussive blast of gunshots is viewed as helpful in CQB. This is true, especially with the prevalence of, like, more advanced, I guess... with more advanced hearing protection, with, like, contacts and stuff that will filter out the gunshot noise while still allowing you to hear everything else. Like, with the advent of more advanced hearing protection, I can see the CQB value in gunshots, especially against, you know, insurgents or terrorists where they're probably not going to have that hearing protection. And it'll definitely be more useful against them. But yeah, let's give this hostage rescue a try. We'll see what we can do. It's relatively the same layout, but as you can see, the building is a little bit different. Now, we've got a lot of windows. The problem is, I don't know where the hostage is going to be held. It might be here. It might be here. Sometimes they put them in the bathroom just because they like to fuck with you. So chat, here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do something...
Roger.
I'm gonna do something interesting here. Or I'm gonna do something that we haven't done before. And I'm gonna try to do...
Here we go!
just a straight up stealth mission. I'm trying to think. Who do we have that doesn't already have, like, a preferred loadout? I mean, I guess Roe technically doesn't have a preferred loadout.
Here we go.
And even though it shows a suppressor symbol on these weapons, they don't actually have suppressors. If I remember right, I think for you guys, the only weapon that you have that can take a suppressor for your primary is the AKS. If I remember correctly. So that's what we'll do. We'll do the AKS. We're gonna go stealth. I'm also gonna grab this helmet just to give us a little more mobility. We're gonna downgrade. I want high mobility. I want high mobility. We're gonna take a lot of flashbangs because I don't want to risk killing the hostage. But I do want to take some lethal grenades just in case we find ourselves in a situation where we know we can use them. And we're gonna go full stealth, chat. Well, we're gonna try. We're gonna try to go full stealth. Yeah, there's a chunk of that building that should be there, but that's what I mean when I talk about, you know, the procedural generation. Unfortunately, the AUG is not able to take a suppressor, so I might need to swap out Brewster for somebody else. I guess we can put in Carl.
Here we go.
Carl's actually got really good assault shooting, so yeah, he's gonna be a good fit for this mission as well. There we go. We'll put on the AKS, put the Cobra on, put the suppressor on. I think we're good. Yeah, we got good high mobility. Everybody's got decent or really good assault shooting. And then the Booba Streamer is just the Booba Streamer. So let me get this off of here. Give you some flashbangs. There we go. We are going to be flashing our ass off. No, Capsty, this isn't actually a, this isn't a nighttime map. It's a daytime map. So we don't need the nods. Bring the camera? We could. But I'm not gonna go in with, like, called shots or anything. I'm basically just gonna go in and schwack people. Alright, hopefully this doesn't get a bunch of people killed. We don't got... Yeah, no more doctrine
We're
points.
back for another go.
Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna get rid of the hold the fire. Because everybody's got really good assault shooting, so we should be able to fire on the move and in CQB much better than typical. So, God bless it. There we go. And then let's come around the other side. Let's come around this side. We don't have any... Well, I mean, we do kind of have some windows facing us, so maybe I'll go around the back this way. Because this window could be a problem. These windows could be a problem. Let's run.
Go.
And then I want you to
Here
stop
we go.
running. Alright, there we go. There we go. So we got an angle. Now we book it. Now we book it.
Use the boss. Here we go.
Copy that.
I want you peeking here, I want you peeking here, and I want you peeking here. There we go. We got this, chat. We got this. We are gonna stealth the shit out of these guys. There's no other exits. There's no other exits. So the problem that we could run into, and the thing that I gotta worry about, is we may find ourselves in a situation where... Because I can't get around to this back side of the building. Which means that we don't have access to these windows. And if the hostage is in this room and they have an executioner, they're gonna go for him. So we're gonna have to be very careful about how we do this. That's alright. We'll be alright. We will be alright. We will be alright. Hold on. Wanna try that again? There we go.
Here
Open the
we
door,
go.
please. What do we got? Oh, there we go. Okay, I don't care about that door. If the hostage isn't in there. But we gotta move. We gotta move. We gotta move. Get the door open. Okay, nobody in the bathroom. Outstanding. I'm gonna get Booba Strimmer here. Enemy boat spotted. Yes, correct. Kick the door? Can we kick the door? Okay, lockpick the door then. Got you. Got you, bitch. Okay, open the door. Get him. Outstanding. Outstanding. We're doing good. We're doing good. Alright, kick the door. And then you kick this door. Kick the shit out of these doors. Go, go, go. I love it. Alright, we got another hostage. Outstanding. I have no idea how many hostages there are. Did they tell us? Let me see. At least one hostage. Okay, well, we know of two, so this intel is bad. Congratulations, Darius. You done fucked us again. Alright, give me a flashbang. Right here.
Hold on to the pin. Throw the other part.
Okay, we definitely have somebody in there. Go ahead and move up. No, I don't think I will. Excuse you?
Hold on to the pin. Throw
Give me a
the
flash
other
there.
part.
Alright, I cut that corner. Alright, let me think here. I'm trying to think. Because there could potentially be one or more hostages down here still. Alright, here's what we'll do. We'll move the second team up. Okay, give me a flash in here one more time.
Hang out.
Watch out!
And then we're gonna get into this room and we're gonna clear it the fuck out. Alright. That's good. So give me another flash in here. God bless it. Get up to the door then. Then give me a flash in here. Oh, we can't because of the damn door. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do instead. I'm gonna bust this door down with a grenade. Like so.
Clear.
Ready to bombs, boys.
Okay. I wish I had some smoke grenades. But I don't. So we're just gonna flash out.
Bang out.
Okay, I didn't hear any audio cues. But I'm still gonna check this room anyway, just to be safe. Okay, we're clear. So there's gotta be at least one enemy in this room.
Bang out.
Get in there. Beautiful.
Good job. Mission complete.
Beautiful. That red guy knows. The game is called Door Kickers 2. It is, well, it's what you see. It's a top-down, CQB type of tactical game. And we've been playing today for, for 7 hours already. I do have some mods installed in the game, but it is a highly moddable game, and it's a whole lot of fun. I highly recommend it. If you're into CQB and tactical games, this is absolutely the game for you. And of course, Sierra, or The Man, wasting no time at all, gifting you a sub on top of their 438 other subs that they've given to the channel. So thank you, Sierra, for the gifted sub. And that red guy knows.
Contacts.
Welcome to the cult of bad tactical decisions, where we have only one flavor of Kool-Aid, but it's Ecto Cooler. And yes, now, not to be outdone, gifting a sub to Cans Anon. Good to see you again, Cans Anon. Thanks for joining us once again on a Sunday stream. And yes, now, thank you for the gifted sub as well. You donkeys and your insane generosity. I do appreciate it. Even if I tell you not to do it, I still appreciate it. Found you from the MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries YouTube series. Well, glad to hear it. I'm glad that the archive is still getting traction, that people are still having a good time watching the content that we went through over there. Man, we played a lot of Battletech. We played a lot of MechWarrior 5. We did some XCOM 2. We've played a lot of games. Obviously, I prefer tactical and turn-based type of games, so Door Kickers is right up my alley. Hopefully you enjoy it as well. It's definitely an interesting game. I would recommend, if you think that you like the game, give it a try, because it's only 25 bucks. At full price, it's 25 bucks. Sometimes, every once in a while, you can even snag it on sale. It is not an expensive game at all, and I have gotten over 100 hours in it already. So, definitely worth the money, in my opinion, if you're into this type of game. And Ven, feeling left out, deciding to instigate furthermore and start up a hype train by donating 100 Bezos bucks and saying, "Suffer not the Badgeless brothers." I disagree. I strongly disagree, in fact. And of course, YouTube being YouTube. There we go. We'll get the music started again. I'll tell you what, chat. I'm probably going to call the stream here, but because that op went so well, let's watch the replay. Let's watch the replay. So this is where I was kind of setting everything up, getting a lay of the land. Again, I did that thing where I left the game unpaused without realizing it, and then we started moving. And this is my thing with Door Kickers, is like, I try to always have my people in motion. I try not to have them just, like, standing idle, if I can avoid it. So I always want them to be, like, moving and doing stuff. And sometimes it gets me in trouble, because I'm trying to multitask. And that's when the jig was up. That's when they knew we were here. Look at that. That's one door kicked. We had to lockpick this one, though, because I didn't want to get shot when we went through the door. So we open the door, immediately smoke that guy, smoke the other guy. Then we go for the tandem door kick. That's doors 2 and 3 kicked.
Boys.
And then that's when we started making our moves. Unfortunately, so here's
the bombs ready.
Here's what I want you guys to understand about what just happened right here. This is important, okay? So this is one of those things, and it goes back to the way that this goes back to the way that Door Kickers as a franchise works. So your soldier exists as a single point. Understand, and I'm going to get a little abstract here, but I want to try to explain how the game actually works. at the most basic level, this game is not a 3D game. I know that it looks like a 3D game. It uses 3D models, like the character models and stuff are obviously 3D, but this is not a 3D game. It's only rendered in 3D. It is actually a 2D game, just like the original. And so your characters represent, every character actually represents a point on a 2-dimensional grid, the grid being the map. Yeah. Now the thing is, when you have situations like this with like sight lines and things, what you're dealing with is you have the soldier. Oh shit. And Cody88 gifted a sub. Actually, the first time they've ever gifted a sub, this time to Dragon Magic 85. Thank you, Cody, for the first time gift sub. And Dragon Magic 85, welcome to the cult of bad tactical decisions, where we have only one flavor of Kool-Aid, but it is Ecto Cooler. Hopefully you enjoy the green juice, because we've got 10 tons of the mix. So, it's the only thing you have to drink until it's gone. So get to drinking. But anyway. So, with all the entities, with all the soldiers, with all the people here on the map, they are represented by a single point on the map, but then there's a circle around that. There's a diameter around that point that represents, like, the body of that character and, like, whether or not you can see them. Because if you had to just see the dot, then that would be a little weird. So you have to see the circle, not the dot in the middle. However, and this is just a conceit of the game design, the way that it's made, your character's sightline comes from that dot. Your character does not have 360 or 180 or even 90-degree vision beyond that point. They don't have peripheral vision. So what you can have is situations like this, where I can see the guy, but we can't see him. And, like, essentially the line of sight does not add up, so that we cannot see the circle, but he can, like, basically, his dot can see our circle, but our dot cannot see his circle. And so you end up with these really weird sight lines occasionally. And again, it's just a conceit of the game. There's nothing you can really do about it. But you'll end up with these weird situations like this, where even though we're looking directly at this dude, our people don't see him. And because they don't see him, they don't react to him. And so you have these situations where people get shot because technically the enemy can see us, but we cannot see him. So he can take the shot at us, but we're not able to go defensive or otherwise shoot back because we're not seeing him. And hopefully that makes sense. Again, it's a little bit complicated. I'm trying to explain very complicated concepts in a very simple way. But that's essentially what happened here. I know, I paused our real-time replay to explain that. But this is when we brought in the reinforcements, and then proceeded to start trying to get in here.
No contacts.
We'll blow him to bits!
Bang out.
And then we go. And thankfully there was nobody in the hallway, but that could have been bad. But that's essentially when we narrowed it down, and it was like, okay, that's it. There's only this one room left. Now, I will say, that guy that was standing just outside the wall, like just outside the window, I was not expecting that dude to be there. But even though he was there was no way for him to get to us, and there was no way for us to get to him, other than to go through the window, because that fenced-in area was, like, cut off from the rest. And so he was never going to get out of that fenced-in area unless we shot him and sent him to meet Mohammed. I assume Mohammed. I don't know that the people in Nowheraki are in fact Muslim. That Blarney accent never dies. I mean, again, that's the Dawn of War orcs for you. Vision arcs,
All
field
chill.
of view, and line of sight applies. Correct. But anyway, chat. There we go. So that is Door Kickers 2. Again, I'm pretty much gonna bring the stream to a close here because by the time I actually shut the stream down and stop chatting with you guys, it'll probably be 7.5 hours, and I am starving. I am absolutely starving. I need food, and I don't have any food in the apartment because I have to go grocery shopping tomorrow, so I need to go get something to eat, and I need to do it before it gets too much later. But all the same, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me as we played through some Door Kickers 2. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I do intend to keep playing Door Kickers 2, at least for another stream or two. I want to gauge y'all's interest and see how fun you guys are finding it. Rather than doing the tours of duty next time, we may actually do some of the missions or the campaigns just to kind of get a feel for more of the scripted content. Because those campaigns and stuff do actually have little stories that go along with them. Also, there's an insane wealth of custom content that the community has put together. New squads, new weapons, new maps, entire campaigns. We could play through the Shadow Moses thing. So there's a lot of potential for other stuff in this game. And of course, already I'm starting to think about what I want to play after this. But Door Kickers 2 is a lot of fun. Like I said, I have put over 100 hours into it in less than what I think I've owned this game for maybe a month now, and I've put 100 hours into it. Like I have a lot of fun with it. It's very, very fun. And if you're into that kind of, again, that tactical, that very like angles, and if you like CQB, it's absolutely a game you should check out. What does leveling the characters get? Well, I can explain that a little bit. So there's multiple ways to level your character. There's the actual level of your character. So in this case, tier 3 sub. So Arrakis here is level 6. He just hit level 6. As your character levels up, it's going to cause them to level up their abilities. Now you see all these with a little plus. That means that this is what their level ups are giving them, right? So you have marksmanship, which is your accuracy, just in general your accuracy, but it especially affects like your long range accuracy, your ability to hit shots over distance. You have the assault shooting, which is not only your aim speed as it says here, but it's also your target to target transition time. So assault shooting is very good in close quarters because it affects your ability to not only acquire and attack targets in close quarters, but how quickly you can move from target to target, especially in, like situations that you saw today where I blow a hole in a wall and there's 6 dudes inside. Like, assault shooting definitely helps with that, and it helps at close range. And then you have field skills, which again handles all sorts of stuff. Rocket launchers, grenades, kicking down doors, all of that is what's determined by the field skills. It also determines how quickly you're able to swap between weapons or equipment. So somebody with really good field skills is going to be able to throw grenades faster than other squad members. They'll be able to switch to and from their primary and secondary weapons a lot faster. So there's always like those 3 skills combine to give you a portrait of like what that soldier's actually good at. As you get to tier 10 or rank 10 or whatever max rank is, you usually get pretty close to maxing out all of your skills. With that being said, there's also this down here. You can spend battle honors, and I talked about this a little at the beginning of the stream, but you can spend battle honors to increase either the defensive abilities or the offensive abilities of your soldiers. But that's actually something that you can add or remove from a soldier on a case-by-case basis. So you have not only your soldier progression, which is one level of progression. What about the badges underneath? Yeah, that's what that is. That's the battle honor badges. And most of the time you can give someone up to 2. So you could basically go defense, defense, offense, offense, or do one and then the other. and then, you know, double up or spread your honors out so that they have a little bit more broad appeal. I'm personally a fan of specializing, but it's up to you and whatever you want to do. But in addition to the individual soldier progression, there's also equipment progression. So every faction has its own arsenal of guns and tools and things like that that they have access to. And so you use stars and battle honors to unlock this equipment as time goes on so that you can have different abilities. Like, for example, we have these grenades here, but then we also have a larger bag of grenades if we need more explosive firepower. Like we have satchel charges, door charges, a spy camera so we can peek under the doors. So there's that level of progressing through your equipment. And then on top of that, there's the squad level progression, what they call the doctrines. And this is basically leveling up your entire squad. So, for example, we've been focusing on rifles and support weapons. So we're doing like medium range drills so that we're doing more damage and higher accuracy at medium range, at short range, at long ranges. We're doing other things as well. So there's 3 different levels of progression, and each one does a different thing. And Cloud Sato says, "Evening, how you doing tonight?" Doing well. We've been having a lot of fun playing through Door Kickers too. Sorry that you just got here, it sounds like, because we're actually going to be bringing the stream to a close here shortly. But I was answering some of the stuff, some of the questions that chat may have had, because I know there's a lot of folks that maybe have never seen or heard of this game before, so wanted to make sure everybody understood. The elite level squad is just the same as these other abilities. It's just these are like higher level abilities. So for example, extra conditioning, squad spends extra time working out, improving their movement speed and maneuvering with heavy weapons. You have like advanced language skills. So we have language skills. Troops learn basic interactions in the main language, getting them better reactions from nearby civilians. Then you go to take that and get advanced language skills. The troopers learn more advanced commands and they can give to the locals to effectively direct them out of the field of battle. So that's the elite level squad is once you hit a certain level, in this case 14, you get access to some of these more powerful abilities. JOB playing Door Kickers for a while seems a really fun game. Yeah, I enjoy it. Like I said, I've been having a lot of fun with Door Kickers. And again, the modding potential means that you can keep finding more stuff to do. And like even now, the game's been out in 1.0 for like 2 or 3 months now. And even so, there's still new content on the workshop every day. So like there's people coming out with new missions. There's people, you know, pushing the limits of what the engine can actually do and trying to get, you know, there's a team, I'm sure, like I said, that's probably trying to get vehicles working. So it's going to be a lot of fun to see how the game and the community content evolves over time. So I want to thank you guys for coming to hang out with me on a Sunday. The world is a roller coaster of challenges, and we don't all have a lot of time on this planet. So I appreciate you choosing to spend some of your limited time on this earth with me and this community. Again, there's a million places you could have been, a million things you could have been doing, but you chose to spend that time here, and I do appreciate it. Whether you were here for 5 minutes or 5 hours, every single one of those minutes matters, and I thank you for every single one of them. And of course, here at the end, I want to remind you, like I always do, that your life has value, and that the world is a better place with you in it. Never let anyone tell you otherwise. And I'll see you next time.